Hey guys, today I want to talk about a topic that's been on my mind lately, and that is, why do the rich get richer? I realize that the economic divide between the haves and the have-nots are more extreme than ever. In the last decade, when the economy goes bad or when the economy is good, the good old line, no matter what, is that the rich get richer. Do you guys ever wonder why that is? Do the rich have some super secret recipe that most of us don't have? And yet at the opposite end of the spectrum, why are so many people out there working harder and harder but having a hard time making ends meet? Sure, the Fed printing billions and billions of dollars definitely and dramatically affects every one of us. But in this video, I want to emphasize things that we as individuals can personally control. I mean, do the rich get richer because they already start off with a big boatload of money? Or do they have access to the best insider deals that most of us don't have access to? Or do they have some special magical talent that most of us can't cultivate? Maybe all those lucky attributes help. However, I'm of the belief that if we work hard enough and smart enough, that each one of us has a great shot of being rich or financially free. I mean, isn't that what most people want? More options, more freedom, more money? So let's get down to the nitty-gritty and unpack this thing. But before I do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button to help me out with the YouTube algorithm. The fact of the matter is that America is still the land of opportunity. It's the reason why so many people still want to move here, because no matter what, they get a shot at the American dream of moving on up in this world. Most rich people, from what I've experienced, are not rich from the get-go. Many are self-made. Sure, there are those lucky few that are born with silver spoons in their mouths. But if you think about it, many of today's new millionaires started from nothing. My dad was a prime example of making something from nothing. In fact, he was a dirt poor kid from a village who had to quit school at 12 to support his mom. So what do self-made people do to become rich? You could talk about how they live under their means, or they have a great discipline for delayed gratification. And yes, many of them mostly buy things on sale or they look for discounts. Yes, yes, and yes, they do all these things to varying degrees if you go by the book, The Millionaire Next Door. But really, if I can boil everything down and distill it to the most simple essence, the rich get richer. The one huge reason is that they buy assets. That's the secret. It's really that simple. If you guys out there want some ideas on building wealth, check out some of my other videos on passive income and also the secrets to the best performing real estate markets. But getting back to how the rich get richer, if you put most of your hard-earned money into stocks, index funds, and real estate, your chances of becoming rich increase tenfold. Look how the stock market has risen over the years. And look at how real estate right now is appreciating in every part of the country. Stock owners are leveraging the monetary energy and human talent of companies building fantastic products. Real estate owners leverage their renters to buy their houses for them in the long term. Where most people spend their extra money on things that depreciate, the rich save their money and purchase investments. But let's give you a clear example so you guys can understand this. Say you have $40,000 to either spend on a new car or purchase an index fund. I took $40,000 because that's the average price of a new car these days. Per this article, a new car decreases 20 to 30% the first year and around 15% every year after, until 5 years later, it's worth about 60% less. So here's the breakdown of numbers. Starting off with a brand spanking new $40,000 car. After owning it a year, it will be worth $32,000. Year 2, a little over 27. Year 3, 23K. Year 4, a little over 19 and a half. And finally, year 5, $16,000. That owner just lost $24,000 of value. Now let's compare that if you instead invested the $40,000 in an index fund. On average, the S&P index fund appreciates 10% per year over the long term. Starting off with $40,000 again, after year 1, you made $4,000, totaling $44K. Year 2, $48,400. In year 3, you're up to $53,200. Year 4, $58,500. And in year 5, you've grossed $64,350. Instead of losing $24,000 on your car purchase, you just made $24,000 by sitting on your butt and buying an index fund. So in the end, one choice left you with $16,000 of value. And with the other choice, you just increased your wealth to $64,000. New electronic toys, expensive new cars, and fancy designer clothes. All these items get less valuable over time, whereas investments tend to get more valuable over time. Now you're saying, wait a minute, Jeff. Look at how all the rich are flaunting their bling, their cars, and their fancy vacations. I think the media does us all a great disservice, flaunting all these materialistic goods that the rich are spending their money on. It's all great for clickbait, but to a certain degree, it's also one big illusion. Yes, they do enjoy life, but it is only after they have purchased investments, not before. And then you have to acknowledge the people who are actually really wealthy versus those playing the part. Don't be that girl or guy in the Benz or Audi looking the part. Most rich people in America, if you took a quick glance at them, you would probably think that they're not rich at all. But don't be fooled by the cover of their book. I bet they have very deep pockets. In fact, one time, one of my real estate teachers commented on his poorly dressed audience. And he mentioned that if you actually look under the cover, they probably control vast stores of wealth. A lot of rich Americans today are driving their 10-year-old cars and shopping at discount stores. From what I've seen, the difference between the rich and everyone else is that they decide to spend their extra money on investments. It's really that simple. If you can make that mental switch in your head and stop yourself next time from throwing down on a phone or some other new toy, and instead put your money into an investment such as a stock, you just took your first step into the land of the rich. To hit this home, there's a study out there that 50% of America do not invest in anything. The 50% of America are not even in the game. When markets go up, the rich are getting richer, while the 50% reap none of the benefits. This has to change for the betterment of society. I mentioned my dad who came from nothing, and by the end of his life, he achieved financial freedom. He barely had any education, but worked hard all his life and invested his money for the long term. He hardly sold any of his investments, and because of that, the investments became bigger and bigger over time. It's the classic Warren Buffett style of investing. Buy and hold forever. I know if my dad can do this, anyone out there can do it as well. My dad understood that each dollar that was kicked out into the world into an investment, their job was to bring home more dollars. So you guys out there who are beginning your investment journey or trying to understand money, get your butt into buying investments that appreciate over time versus buying things that depreciate over time. If you guys enjoyed this video, check out my other videos on personal finance where I talk about real estate wealth and also other investments. So remember, better finance, better life, and I'll see you on the next one.